Anica, I'll start with you. Just your thoughts on your play at the regionals and how it felt when you found out that you were heading to nationals.
Well, I thought it was pretty steady. Like, I didn't really have a blow-up hole or anything. The first 2 days, I felt pretty good about my shots, but my putts weren't dropping as much. So I was a little frustrated there. And then the third day, there was a lot of delay, and I think it kind of got to me a little bit. I didn't start off very well, but I bounced back on the back nine. So that really helped, but I wasn't hitting it as great as the first 2 days, and I was really working hard to get that par. So after I finished my round, it was kind of the waiting game. So I just kind of waited and was just looking at golf stat and refreshing to see where I'm at. And when everybody got in and I finally found out that I made it, it was kind of, I don't know, it just wasn't surreal. I was still like, did I really make it, or is this real life? And I guess I really don't want my senior year to end, so I'm going all the way to nationals.
Great. So how much did it help to have Sammie and Dawn there with you on the course and throughout the 3 rounds?
I honestly think it was a big advantage for me because I had 2 coaches with me the whole time. Usually for practice round, I map out my yardage book. I put all the information on it, but I really didn't have to because I had my personal caddies. Caddies that can't carry my clubs, so it was nice. I just walk up to my ball, look at Dawn, and be like, so how much do I have in what club? And then I just hit it. And Coach just, she really helped me mentally a lot because I know I'm not the most, I'm not the strongest player mentally, but with her there, it was so much easier to get my mind off of the bad shots or the bad putts that I've had. So, Dave really helped me in both the physical and mental part of the game.
Sam, just your thoughts. You mentioned during the entire tournament how steady she was, and right. The final day she started 3 over, and you kind of had to get her back a little bit. Just talk about her overall play, and then that final round, just kind of through the course of the day.
Sure, I think it was one of the best weeks for an Oregon State female golfer in history. She set the 54-hole scoring record against the top teams in the country, and regionals is a pressure cooker. It's the most pressure-filled tournament of the year because it's a one and done. You can have a great season, and if you don't play well, you don't advance as a team or as an individual. And the way that she handled that pressure with such poise and class and professionalism, I just am so proud of her, and she represents just what we're trying to do here at Oregon State from here on out or here forward, moving the needle. And in the first round, she was just steady, did her job, didn't shoot herself out of the tournament. Second round, she finished strong. And that second round, the poise that Anica showed and was really in the hunt. And then the third round, weather, lightning delays, back and forth, and she got off to a bit of a slow start. But in some ways, I think the slow start really benefited her because she had to battle back. You're what, 4 over? 3 over.
Yeah.
3 over, and then she dug down deep and really grinded it out. Played with a lot of grit and a lot of passion and a lot of pride, and was so steady. I think the maturity that she showed during the week was so very impressive. So then we added them up at the end, and we sat and waited a little bit. And like I said, I want to give a lot of credit to Dawn Shockley, our assistant coach, who she's wonderful at mapping the golf course, and she's caddied on tour quite a bit, and she was a huge help to Anica and myself this week, helping Anica get ready. And so we sat around and we waited it out, and then we got the good news. So I couldn't be more proud to be taking Anica next week to the national championship for only the 2nd time in Oregon State history.
And after each round, you mentioned Dawn. You didn't mention, hey, here's what I did, but you mentioned Dawn. Just how important was it to have her, the 2 of you, there with Anica? She mentioned how important it was.
Sure, and Dawn is, hits similar clubs that Anica hits and knows Anica's game, and so And Dawn's just fun. We're a great team, the three of us working together. I think that energy we had all week, plus just the information on the golf course, it was a perfect storm. And then, but we can do all that we can, but Anica's still the one that's hitting the shots, you know. And even if we weren't there, she would have had the same exact result. I mean, she's a great player, and we're not pulling the club back. We're just suggesting maybe where she should hit it. So all the credit goes to Anica, but I can't thank Dawn enough for the support and the help that she gave us last week.
You mentioned national championships, and there's a new format this year.
Right.
Can you just talk us through it with the stroke play and then to match play, and just how it works?
Yeah, it's really exciting. And a couple years ago when I was on the NCAA Women's Golf Committee, I was kind of part of the group that kind of pushed it through. And part of the reason for the change was the men have been doing it for a couple years. And so we're partnering with the men this year. One reason is it's going to be televised on the Golf Channel, which is really exciting in the last few rounds. So it's a match play format. So there's still 24 teams and 12 individuals that qualify. And we're playing at Concession, which is one of the nicest golf clubs in Florida. Top 100 club in the country. It's a fabulous venue. It's big time, which would be just wonderful to walk around that course next week. So we'll play 3 rounds. So all the teams and all the individuals will play 3 rounds. Be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And after that 3 rounds, they'll cut to the top 14 teams and top 9 individuals that aren't on those teams. And then those teams will advance to match play. And then those 9 individuals will advance to one more day of stroke play on Monday. And then an individual champion will be crowned. And then it'll be match play through the rest of the week, televised on the Golf Channel. So really exciting. It could be, in the past it was just 2 practice rounds and 4 days of competition, just straight stroke play. So the match play for the first year, it's going to be really, really exciting to be around. Anica won't be involved in that necessarily, but it still be fun to be around it and the excitement of it. And I think it's great for women's golf, and to be on TV and to be on the Golf Channel. It shows how far women's golf collegiately has come and really where we're headed.
You talk a lot about moving the needle and building a program. I mean, how much does this help having an Oregon State golfer at the national championships wearing orange and black, which has only happened, like you mentioned earlier, for the second time in school history?
Yeah, it's better than I even thought. People around Oregon State are so excited. People around the athletic department are excited. Recruiting, it's great to talk to these future Beavers about what we're trying to do here, and there couldn't be a better representative than Anica Yu, because she's a great golfer. She's a great student. She's kind. She's personable. The personality is just bubbling over. So we're really trying to leverage, if you will, this success that we're having. And I know our players that are sitting at home that aren't going are chomping at the bit to get to work and be a part of this next year. But we're so pleased that Anica is our representative, and it really is helping us get engaged in the community, more national awareness. Like you said, we're in the orange and black out there with all the big dogs in the country is really helping us as we do try to move the needle here.
Anica, how much do you know about the golf course, first of all? And then, I mean, kind of what's your mindset now? Are you practicing a lot, not trying to think much? I mean, what are you doing to prepare for this national championship?
Well, first, I don't know anything about this golf course, so going to the internet, going to Google Earth, do some research. But I took 3 days off, so I took Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off, and then I'm starting to practice again. But I'm not really doing anything different because, you don't really want to overdo it, because I have been playing well and I want to keep that momentum, so I just want to keep it the same. And the coaches have told me to keep it that way too, because, just because it's a national championship, I shouldn't be going out on the golf course 4 or 5 hours a day practicing, because then I will just tire myself out. So I'm just really doing the same things I've been doing this whole spring and trying to keep it going. And now end my senior year well.
Sammie mentioned this about, you obviously played great at regionals to advance to nationals, but did you have any idea that you would set the Oregon State school record for a 3-round score?
Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just thinking about making it to nationals, because that has been my goal since I've started college golf. So I wasn't really thinking about the records or anything, but it just kind of happened. I mean, it's really nice, but I didn't really think about it. And it's kind of, I just, before I leave school or Oregon State golf, I do want to leave my name on the record book. You know, wherever you go, I want my name to be there. So it's kind of nice to, you know, break the record. And Kathleen had it for a while. Sorry, Kathleen, but, you know, take it away from her.
Now, Stacia used to say she used to look at those records and she kept an eye on them. So do you, or are you saying you don't?
I do, but I don't pay that much attention, because if I think about the outcome, then I mean, that's all I'm thinking about, and I'm not thinking about my present. You know, I'm not thinking about one shot at a time, which that has been my whole, you know, mindset. So if I think about the outcome too much, I know I'm not going to get it, because the more I want it, I realize that I won't be able to get it. So I kind of look at it and I'm like, okay, yeah, I want it, but one shot at a time will get me there. So, you know, I kind of focus on the process, and hopefully my results just end up where I want it to be.
And then you say, you know, once your senior ends and you extended it as far as you can extend it, just your final thoughts on going to the national championship and going from being surreal to being real.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've wanted it the whole time. I've been wanting it since I was a freshman. So I mean, to me, I know I made it, but it still hasn't really hit me that hard. And I still can't believe I made it. Because, I mean, my fall season, it was very shaky. Like, I think I had the worst season since I've been here. So I knew I had a lot of work to do during the spring. And during the spring, I'm like, okay, I really want to go there, but if I think about it too much, I can't. So I was like, okay, just process, and just trying to practice a lot. And the coaches really helped me with that. And it's funny because during the winter break, the coaches told me not to practice. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I need to practice. You're telling me not to practice, and then you're going to tell me that I'm going to make it to regionals? What is this? But they were right. I didn't touch I won't say I didn't touch a club during the break, but I didn't practice as much. I maybe practiced a few times. And then when I came this spring, it was just a fresh start for me. So, and I took all my bad shots, in the fall and told myself all the good ones are here. So it kind of just worked out, and I've been just following what the coaches have telling me to do.
Sammie, just to finalize everything, you talked a lot about buying in, and obviously what you just talked about is that process of what you did from, when you first got here to now, and just talk about, just how excited you are for Anica and the entire program.
Well, I think Anica really just represents, what we're trying to do, and to see someone like Anica work so hard and love Oregon State so much and trust with what we're doing and buy in, and then to have this success it's great. It's fun just to see her so happy and proud to be a Beaver and here in Corvallis and a part of this rich tradition that has been built, and also really where we're trying to take it. And then for her to break the scoring record in a pressure cooker like an NCAA regional is an incredible accomplishment. I want everyone out there to realize really what that means. It's not breaking the scoring record at a fall tournament during the regular season, but to break the 54-hole record in her fashion in that kind of pressure cooker is, I think, and I'm a newbie here, but one of the highest honors and one of the biggest records here at Oregon State in women's golf. It's a huge accomplishment. But we're so pleased to be able to coach her, and like I said, she hits the shots. We're just there to support her and help her prepare. And the biggest thing we're doing this week is just staying steady with what her preparation's been like all year long. We're not changing it, and we'll go down to Florida and tee it up. And everyone out in Beaver Nation, if you want to follow us, we're on Twitter and we're on Facebook, and We'll be tweeting a lot when we're down there. And I mean, if you want to get a hold of me and email me and give me your contact information, we'll put you on our distribution list, and we'll send you more information about what is Oregon State women's golf and what we're trying to do. And we're just trying to get as many people around the program to help support us and help support our student athletes, and really continue to build a lot of excitement about what we're trying to do. And like I said, our mission of our program is to grow future leaders through competitive golf and competitive academics, and that's our true north. We talk about it all the time. It's what we want to do. But winning is fun, and our motto is better every day. And I think Anica U is a shining example of this spring, is that she woke up every single morning and thought, how am I going to get better? And she got better every single day. So couldn't be more proud to be her coach. And please follow us next week, and we'll see what kind of fun we can have down there at Concession.